Title: Balance of Desire. Summary: Adana, a sharp and ambitious lawyer at Brooks & Partners, collides, literally, into Damien, a confident and dangerously charismatic accountant, on his first day at the firm. From the moment their eyes meet, the tension crackles, igniting an undeniable attraction that neither of them can ignore. At first, it's a game of restraint, filled with teasing remarks and stolen glances, but their chemistry proves too powerful to resist. A late-night encounter in the office pushes them past the edge, and soon their once professional relationship turns into an illicit, passionate affair. As they try to keep their relationship a secret, the risk of exposure only heightens the desire between them. Stolen moments in stairwells, whispered conversations in conference rooms, and desperate nights in locked offices fuel the fire. But when an anonymous complaint lands on Adana's desk, they realize someone has noticed, and their careers may be on the line. Faced with the choice between their reputations and their feelings, Damien refuses to hide any longer, declaring his love for Adana despite the risks. After initial hesitation, she gives in to her heart, deciding that their connection is worth fighting for. In the end, despite the rumors and workplace politics, their love stands strong. A year later, in a bold, defiant move, Damien kisses Adana in the middle of the firm's lobby, making it clear to everyone that their love was never just a secret affair, but something real, something lasting. Chapter 1. The Collision. Adana was late. Again. The towering glass walls of Brooks & Partners gleamed under the Lagos morning sun as she sprinted through the entrance, her heels clicking sharply against the marble floor. She was a force in the courtroom, sharp with words, relentless in negotiations. But mornings? Those were her greatest adversary. She barely caught the elevator doors before they closed, rushing in with a sigh of relief, only to slam into something firm. Someone firm. A flurry of documents went flying, and a deep voice let out a low curse. Hands, strong, warm, found her waist, steadying her before she could topple over. Christ, do you always storm into rooms like a hurricane? The voice was smooth, touched with amusement. Adana looked up and met eyes dark as a moonless night, sharp against skin rich and smooth like espresso. He smelled like cedarwood and something intensely male. Her breath caught in her throat. "Are you always this in the way?" she shot back, regaining her footing. He smirked. "It's my first day, and I'm guessing you're the legal storm they warned me about." Her stomach flipped, but she forced herself to recover. "Who are you?" "Damien Bassi, senior accountant, and you owe me a coffee for nearly knocking me unconscious." Before she could snap back, the elevator doors slid open and he strolled out, leaving her standing there, heart pounding in a way she didn't care to analyze. Chapter 2. A Game of Tension. Adana couldn't ignore Damien, not that she had tried very hard. Their paths kept crossing, in compliance meetings, budget reviews, and casual office run-ins that didn't feel casual at all. His voice was smooth, teasing, laced with something that made her stomach flutter. And his presence, impossible to ignore. One late evening, the air between them cracked with something electric. Adana sat in the boardroom, reviewing the financials of a high-stakes merger. The firm was in the thick of it, and she had to ensure every clause was airtight. Damien sat across from her, sleeves rolled up, his muscular forearms resting on a stack of reports. He was analysing figures, absently tapping a pen against the table. "You look at numbers like they might confess to a crime," she observed, sipping her coffee. "And you read contracts like they hold the secrets of the universe." She smirked. "Sometimes they do." Damien leaned in slightly. "And sometimes the real intrigue isn't in the paperwork." Her breath hitched, but she kept her face neutral. Their gazes locked, the air thick between them. Then his fingers brushed against hers, just a whisper of a touch. Yet it sent a jolt of heat through her entire body. She swallowed hard. "We shouldn't." His voice was quiet but firm. Number, but that won't stop us. Chapter 3. The First Temptation. They both knew they were playing with fire. The office was quiet when they found themselves alone in the copy room late one night. The hum of the machines filled the silence as Adana reached for the papers she had printed, only to find Damien standing behind her, close, too close. She could feel the heat of his body before he even touched her. Her pulse quickened, her breath hitching as he leaned down, his lips just inches from her ear. "Tell me, Adana," he murmured, voice deep, teasing. "Are we going to keep pretending this isn't happening?" Her fingers tightened around the stack of papers. "Damien." His hand brushed against hers, feather-light, but it sent a shockwave through her. "Say the word, and I'll step back." She should have. She didn't. Instead, she turned to face him, and before she could think twice, their mouths collided in a desperate, heated kiss. His hands gripped her waist, pulling her against him as if he had been starving for this moment. Her back hit the copy machine, the cool metal a sharp contrast to the heat surging through her body. The door creaked, a sound that had them pulling apart, breaths ragged, eyes burning with unspoken promises. "This is dangerous," she whispered. He smirked. "That's what makes it fun." Chapter 4. The Breaking Point. Days passed, filled with near misses and stolen moments that left them both on edge. The tension between them became unbearable, thick enough to cut with a knife. It finally broke one evening after a long meeting. The office was nearly empty, the glow of the city lights casting a warm hue over Damien's office. She had come to return a file. He had shut the door behind her. Neither of them spoke as the space between them evaporated, and then his lips were on hers again, this time with no hesitation. The hunger in his touch, the way his hands roamed her body, left her breathless. Her fingers tangled in his shirt, pulling him closer, needing more. "Adana," he groaned against her skin, his lips tracing fire down her neck. "You have no idea what you do to me." She gasped as he lifted her onto his desk, her legs wrapping around his waist, the pressure between them exquisite, intoxicating. Her phone buzzed. Reality crashed down. She pulled away, chest heaving, knowing if she didn't stop now, she never would. "We can't," she whispered, but her body betrayed her, leaning into him, craving him. Damien's jaw clenched. "One day, you're going to stop fighting this." And she feared he might be right. Chapter 5. The Cost of Desire. Keeping their secret wasn't easy. Not when the chemistry was so undeniable. The office became a battlefield of restraint, stolen moments in the stairwell, lingering touches during meetings, heated glances across the conference table. They were reckless, but they didn't care. Not until reality caught up to them. One morning, Adana found an anonymous complaint on her desk. Certain individuals should keep their personal affairs out of the workplace. Her heart pounded. Someone knew. That night, she went to Damien's apartment, gripping the note in her hand. "Someone is watching us." He exhaled sharply, running a hand through his hair. "Then let them." She shook her head. "Damien, this could ruin everything." He stepped closer, cupping her face in his hands. "Adana, I don't care who knows. I'm tired of pretending this is just some passing fling. It's not. It's real." Her throat tightened. "And if this gets out? If it affects our careers?" He kissed her, slow, deep, filled with certainty. "Then we fight, together." Epilogue. Love ledgered. The rumors swirled, the whispers grew, but in the end, none of it mattered. Because Adana and Damien weren't just a scandal or a workplace fling. They were real. And love, real love, was always worth the risk. 1 year later, as she stood in the firm's lobby waiting for him, she realized something. Sometimes the best risks weren't the carefully calculated ones. Sometimes the greatest victories came from surrendering to the heart. And when Damien arrived, he kissed her in front of everyone. Damn the consequences.